Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope your week was great and good. Welcome back to Sunday School. This is September 13th, 2020. And I want to first make sure everything is going good. Yep. How's everybody? Hi. Good morning as well. All right, so let's get started. Last week we ended up on, to do a short review, we ended up with Habakkuk. What is a watchman? We went through that and determined what a watchman is. It's described as somebody who is watching over you when you are asleep, when you are going through your day. A watchman is somebody who is your protector. And so I asked you last week, I said, who is watching over you? Who is watching over you? Is that spiritually? Yes, I'm talking about spiritually, not talking about somebody who is physically here watching over you. I'm talking about who is watching over you. Is God is the way for you? Is he walking in? Are you walking in his light and walking in his footsteps? He's watching over you every day. Also, we learned about Habakkuk, how he learned to wait patiently, and that's in chapter 2, 3 through 4, and how he waited on the answers from the replies, and the answers and the replies from God when he was going through his struggles. Now, remember, this is also an interactive class, so be free to put something in the chat box. If you have a question about anything, put something in the chat box. Be here for about 40, 45 minutes, and if you have anything to say, if you have anything to talk about or discuss while we're going on, just feel free. Like I said, feel free to chime in, make a comment. And like I said, this is supposed to be a back and forth thing. It's not something I just want to sit here and talk to you guys, just talk your head off. I want this to be a way that we all can communicate together and we can answer some of your questions. So again, feel free to put something in the chat box. Just like you said right now, you're saying good morning to everyone. Go ahead and put something in the chat box and let's just get rolling. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Money. We hear all the time, what is it? Money is the root of all evil, okay? We've heard that for many, many times, many places. Have you heard it? Money is the root of all evil. Do you think money is the root of all evil? What is your suggestion? Just let me know. Do you think money is the root of all evil? Go ahead and put it in the chat box. We can chat about it, but do you think it is true that money is the root of all evil? Like I said, feel free. I asked a question. I've got two platforms. Like I said, I have platforms on Antioch's page and also have the platform from my page. So I'd like to try to get people in. And also I challenged everybody last week to invite one person into Sunday school. And I had a lot of people hit me on my inbox and said they was going to try to be here on Sunday, which is good, thankful. But like I said, I challenged everybody to bring one person in, just one person into Sunday school. And like I said, we averaging about 300 views per week right now, and then also we have about 30, 33, almost 40, 33. 37-ish people that come on and saints to come on and join Sunday school, which is great. I'm not going to ask for 1 million people to come, but I would say 33 to 37 people viewing this and coming on and being interactive is awesome, awesome. And I give all the honor to God and give honor the thanks to our pastor, our leader, Pastor Tyler. Giving us, myself and Minister Chris, the opportunity to do share our blessings that what God has gave to us, and I appreciate him and love him to death. Just like a father figure to me, and I thank him for everything he's done for me, and everything that he's done for my family and everything else, and the congregation. So to Pastor Tyler, thank you. See you soon. You'll be up here on this platform as well, preaching the gospel. But let's get started. Habakkuk, and I'll put it in there in the Facebook posting where we're going to go through Habakkuk 2, 9 through 13. And we go ahead and start verse 9. Woe to him who builds his house by unjust gain, setting his nest on high to escape the clutches of ruin. And I'm reading out of the NIV version, the New International Version of the Bible. And you can have your King James Version. It's the same. Both of them pretty much means the same. Verse 10 says, you have plotted the ruin of many people, shaming your own house, and forfeiting your life. Verse 11 says, the stones of the wall will cry out, and the beams of the woodwork will echo it. And hold on, let me let me go back. First, let me, as I want to get back, I'm going ahead. I'm trying to get this out so fast. I just forgot about something. But hold on, let's pray. Good Lord, thank you for blessing us today. Thank you for bringing us here just one more day, Lord. Father, lead me, lead my voice to be able, and my tongue to be able to share the message to the saints out here that are on here trying to understand better the words of the Bible and the words of your words, Lord. And Lord, I pray that our pastor and family, friends, and congregation are blessed and truly blessed by attending us on Sunday school. And I ask you, Lord, just to lead everybody, just if they get on just for one day to come to Sunday school, and also Sunday school and also the church, just get everybody be able to support what's going on right now in this terrible time, Lord. But I bless you, and Father, I give you all the honor and the glory that you will I give you all the honor and the glory, and just take control of the situation that's going on right now. Take control of everybody's situations. If it's a bad situation, take control of it. Put your hands on everybody, Lord Jesus. Put your hands on them. Never let them leave you, and give them the strength to be able to carry on throughout these terrible times, and just continue just to bless us, Lord. Bless us, bless us, bless us, bless us, bless us. All right. So verse 11, and again, Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 9 through 13. The stones of the walls will cry out, and the beams of the woodwork will echo it. Woe to him who builds a city with bloodshed and establishes a town by injustice. Has not the Lord Almighty determined that the people's labor is only fuel to the fire, and the nations exhaust themselves for nothing? And I want to go over some of the chapters. I'm not going to go over each one of them, but I just want to hit some in particular. And I always like to go from one verse and then go back up and then go further than what the message is about. And right now, if you go look at verse 12 again, woe to him who builds a city with bloodshed and establishes a town by injustice. And so Habakkuk was going through so much strife and so much pain when he was in Judah, city of Judah, and the Babylons took over the cities by the military strength and power. God doesn't like that. God just doesn't like it. And by them using their military strength and their armies to take over, it was an injustice that was way outrageous. It shouldn't have happened, and it shouldn't happen. But Babylon's riches had come from misfortunes of others. But these riches would only be fueled by fire. The victims and their cities would cry out against Babylon. And again, remember, when somebody takes something from you, just imagine all your money that you worked for, all of it's gone. Just like in Job, all this money is gone. But just when the devil took it all, and just like the military in Babylon, the Babylon's military took over Judah, Habakkuk was just, he was crying out to the Lord. He was just solely crying out to the Lord that he doesn't understand why this is going on and why this is happening and why is he allowing it to happen. Taking the riches, taking people's money is just not it's just not right. Just not right. Now I'm gonna do something that's gonna bring everybody back in focus. The New International Version says something the way that he says it, and I wanted to make sure everybody knew exactly what it says. But let me go back to where the King James Version, and it goes on verse 10. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covenant after, they have erred from faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Now, I gave you two different versions. I gave you the NIV and I gave you the King James. King James, as it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." And I asked you all that earlier at the beginning of this. Do you think money is the root of all evil? And we hear it. We've heard it 100 times, 1,000,000 times. But money is not the root of all evil. 1 Timothy 6:10 says, money in itself is not evil, but God condemns the love of wealth and the evil ways it is often acquired. The evil ways that it is acquired. So is he saying money is the root of all evil? Is that true? Is money the root of all evil? So giving to the church, and when in a time of need, or just giving to the church when you have it or whatsoever, it's a blessing to us. It's a blessing to the community. It's a blessing to the church. It's a blessing to all of us. And we hear a lot of people come back and say how money is the root of all evil, and they don't want to give church money. I beg to differ that, and I want you to just realize what I just said earlier. Money in itself is not evil. But God condemns the love of wealth and the evil ways it is often acquired. That is what he's talking about. As it says in 1 Timothy 6:10, 1 Timothy 6:10, you can read it for yourself. And then if you go from Habakkuk verse 10, where it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil," it's not. Is it the root of all evil? "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covenant after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Again, that's two different verses for confirmation, just for we all to understand. Money is not the root of all evil. It is not what it says in the Bible, when people harper on it and keep saying it. But there you go. Like I said, in Habakkuk 9 through 13, you can look at it. Like I said, you can look at it for yourself. It's not the root of all evil, no matter what people say. But how does that relate to us? How does that relate to us? Because again, like I said, in those times, the Babylons used force to take everybody's money, took everything from people. And imagine, again, like I said earlier, imagine when somebody takes something from you, especially money, and it's in your head, you're basically like, why is this happening? I'm going to do whatever I can, especially if you know who it is. You're going to go ahead and, you're going to be really mad about somebody taking something from you. But again, like I said, in the NIV 6 through 10, like I said, the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money and have wandered from faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. And again, like I said, it's two different books. Enjoy looking at it. Like I said, I want to go ahead and help you see that it's when it's in one place in the Bible, it's in another place somewhere else in the Bible. So how is this relating to us? Now, in Habakkuk's time, like we said, the Babylons used military force to take the riches and to build their armies up, and for the king to be able to take from people and to have from people. How is this relating to us? Well, I can remember when I went to Iraq in 1990, and some of you guys remember we went to war in 1990 with Iraq, with the sole purpose, as they said that we were going there to get Saddam Hussein, and some of you guys probably remember that. We used force to go into that country. We used force, military force, to go into that country. And again, like I said, how everything is relating to what's going on today. It was 612 BC when this was going on, and this is that was 1990 when we started doing our thing, where the military went into Iraq, invaded Iraq to supposedly get Saddam Hussein. I was really dedicated to the military, and I went to war in 2004. I went to Iraq, and then 2005 and 6 I went to Afghanistan to fight for our country. But again, we went in there to get Saddam Hussein. What I witnessed there is when I got there, we were there, and saw all the oil, so much oil rigs, all this, just oil all over the place. It's my opinion that we went there to take over some of that oil, the oil that was there. And I don't think that we went there to get one person. I think we went there to conquer and to get rich. How does that relate? Because I think that it was the same thing that happened to Habakkuk for the city of Judah. It was brute force used by the military to take over a city. It's the same thing that we did. No matter how we look at it, it relates 612 BC to 1990. It relates. Trust me, it relates to the same thing, to what happened in 612, when Habakkuk was going through his issues. Now, again, my eyes were opened up real wide once I got there and saw us shipping things back, and it was oil canisters here, oil canisters there. So I can relate to what Habakkuk was going through. And that's not just spiritually, but I can relate to what Habakkuk was going through in that time. And it was terrible, And I'm gonna read something that came out of the New York Daily News. It says the combination of the revolution of the Iran-Iraq and the U.S. War caused all crude oil prices to more than double, from $14 to $35 in 1991. However, in the case of the invasion of Iraq of 1990 to 2003, the oil prices fell significantly after the start of the conflict. That was the quote, direct quote from the New York Daily News. And I understand, if we were going to war, and how would our oil prices drop dramatically? I mean, significantly, just drop if it wasn't us taking something from the country. Again, that's just me. That's my opinion. But how would our oil prices drop significantly if from 1990 to 2003, if our purpose was to go get one man? See, again, how this relates to us is that, again, we are in 2020. Here we go. So some 2020. Now, again, I want you to understand something. 612 BC is before Christ. In the year that's 2020 is after Christ, okay? Now, if add all those years up, that's 2,632 years. 2,632 years later, we're still going through the same injustices that Habakkuk was going through. 2,632 years later. So we're relating to what's going on that went on in 612. Don't you think? I mean, we are going through it. So someone asked a question. They said, let me see. And again, I've got two platforms, so if you don't see the question, it's on the other platform. He said, why is Habakkuk so important to us? Why is Habakkuk so important to us? Because Habakkuk, he went through the same thing that we're going through. And it's the same questions that we're asking God today on why is this happening? Why is he not stopping it? It happened 2,632 years ago. So it's not like we're writing the message in the Bible today. The Bible was written how many years ago? Okay, so we relate to him because of the struggles that he went through, because of the pain he suffered, the questions that he asked for God. We're asking God all the time, God, why? Why? It's the same thing that he was asking God the same. Why is all this happening? Why can't we stop this? Why can't you stop this from happening? Why are we going through all of this? Why are we going through all of this injustices? Why are you letting all this pain happen? And why you just won't stop it, Lord? Why you won't stop it? And as the Lord said, he's going to stop it, but it's not going to be on Habakkuk's time. It's going to be on the Lord's time. He was trying to prove a point. Just like parents do for us and have done for us and done for you. They want to do it. I mean, the answers will come on their own time. So when you're trying to rush your parents out of the house and trying to rush your parents to give you an answer on, are you able to go? And they say, well, give me a few minutes. I'll think about it. You can't rush your parents' judgment. You can't rush God's judgment. No matter what, you can't rush God's judgments. His answers will come to you when he wants those answers to be given to you. Again, you got to stop trying to press God for answers and press God for how, why, when, how, and why this is happening. Why this is happening to me. You know, Lord, why did this happen? The answer will come in due time. The answers will come in due time. It's just not going to be on your time. But if you trust God, trust in him, put your trust in him, and give him all the honor and the glory, and continuously try to walk. And nobody's perfect here. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So if you walk in his walk and you fall, you just get back up. You get back up. Repent, get back up, and walk steadily. Try to walk steadily the next time. But we fail sometimes. We think that once we fall, we can't get back up. It ain't no more hope. It's always hope. Just like Habakkuk was saying, do you understand? He was stressed out, just like us. He just couldn't understand why, God, why are you allowing all this to continue to happen? Now, again, that's how we relate to him. We relate to him because we are Habakkuk. We are Habakkuk. We are Habakkuk. And like I said, 2,632 years later, we're going through the same injustices and the evil doings of what's going on in the world. And that was going on then, we're going on now. We're living in hell right now. You know, I don't want to live here forever. I want to go to my holy grail. I do not want to stay here on earth, because this is hell. This is hell. What we're seeing and what we're going through is pure hell. and nobody can tell me that it's not. It is just the stuff that we're going through is terrible. It's terrible. It is terrible. Just like the Babylons used the armies to go through the city of Judah, it's the same thing our president of the United States is doing by sending the National Guard and trying to send the armies into these cities to stop the rioting and stop the protests. Now, it's a difference between rioting and protesting. You don't have to send the military to stop a protest. I mean, the protest, we all have a right to voice our opinions. We have our rights to voice our opinions, but it's they're trying to take it away from us. The same injustices that Habakkuk was going through. His fight was not against the armies. His fight was, why is this happening? And why God, why are you not stopping it? That was his right. Just like it's our right. But when do you stop questioning what God has got going on? When do you stop it? When do you stop questioning what God is going on? When do you stop? Because it gets to a point that when God gets tired, just like you get tired, he gets tired, you get tired, he gets tired. But do you think God gets tired? Do you think God gets tired of you questioning him before he gets to that point that he says, stop, you're on your own now. Satan, you got him. Look, Satan, you got him. Go ahead and test him. Do what you got to do. We have to learn to stop questioning him. And just, like I said, it's 3 short chapters of Habakkuk. And Habakkuk questions God 3 times, and 3 times God gives him his reply. And that reply is not a reply of anger, but it's a reply of keep going, keep praying, keep honoring me. Understand, it's going to change. I want them to think that they're gaining something before I take it away. I want the Babylons and Chandalonians to think that they got it all. And once they got it all, then I'm gonna take it away. But on my own time. That's what he was telling Habakkuk. Habakkuk was like, but still, Lord, still, Lord, still. But why are you still allowing this to go on? God says, like a parent says, stop, hold up. What I say goes. And when I say I'm going to take care of it, I'm going to take care of it. Just like your parents do.